We're now 3 days into this brand new year. I thought it'd be a good time to share some of my reflections from last year, things I'm grateful for, and also to look forward to things I might do this year with some intentions and ideas I've got in place. So it's been quite a tough year for many people, I'm sure. I feel it's more important now than ever to kind of reflect on things that have happened in a positive way, because it can easily lose sight of those things. So I'm going to share 3 of those with you quite briefly. The first thing I'll say though is that it's been really hard to look back through the first 3 months of that lockdown when it was really intense and couldn't really go anywhere or see many people. But I did find, even looking there, that I can be grateful for little things like having a shelter over my head, having a secure job to go back to for, the end of lockdown and all that. I'm still in that job, of course, working full time, never lost any money through it. I've always paid the bills and that kind of thing. I think even having to stay local, I found some local walking routes I could explore. I found some new footpaths, that kind of thing. So there's always something to take from even a hard situation. One of the first ones I want to share about my year has been a personal connection I made with someone a few months ago. This started back in July. The way it goes is that I was going a bit downhill mentally, and she noticed. She reached out to me and we kind of started talking. After a month or so, we got a bit closer, and come September, we were getting really close and closer again in October, to the point where we thought, what goes next? Are we going to stay as friends? Do we become more than friends? Didn't quite happen. We've grown a bit further apart through November, December. Yeah, things are a bit uncertain going forwards, but I'm still grateful for that connection we made and the time we spent together, the trust we put into each other, all that kind of thing. And just having been able to share that with someone and experience it means a lot to me personally. But like I'm saying, the future is still uncertain, but I can still look back and reflect on that good connection that is still there, I believe. So that's briefly my first one. If you see my Cleveland Way videos, I've kind of referred to this a bit in the first and last videos, so you might have an idea of who I'm referring to there. The second one I want to talk about is cycling, because I hadn't ridden a bike till last year, since 2004, believe it or not. But I bought myself a cheap folding bike back in March with the aim of cycling to work, saving a bit of money, getting a bit fitter with things, being a bit more green about the place. And I found I really enjoyed doing that. The whole process of the commute became enjoyable. That was the thing. I could, I wasn't waiting at red lights so much. I wasn't like putting wear and tear on my car or spending as much on fuel. And that soon kind of picked up as the months went on. I was becoming a regular cyclist into work. I got to October, I think it was actually October. I did the Strawberry line with a friend. I hired a bike for the day and it was fine, but riding like a full-size normal bike was like a game changer for me. So that very evening, actually, I went online, found a bike I was interested in. I bought it the next morning, and so I've had this proper kind of hybrid bike, full-size thing for 3 months now, and I've done some longer cycle rides since then. I've done the Bristol to Bath cycle path. I've done the one that goes around Bath and the 2 tunnels. I've got more ideas for things we could do this year coming, hopefully. I did also get my bike stolen a few weeks ago. I left it at a friend's house a bit precariously, a bit kind of rushed and hurried. Came out 2.5 hours later and the bike was gone. I was quite distraught, to be honest. I had a long walk home ahead of me. And but through the power of Facebook and social media, I found it again within 2 days. It was incredible. I mean, I had to buy new lights and reflectors and all that sort of thing, but losing the bike suddenly, just like that, which is, it got to me quite deep. But then getting it back again was incredible. I just cannot tell you how good that's felt. So I've got a full list of items here. I'm going to tell you that I've put myself first a few times towards the end of this year. So I've taken a step back from walk leading and being a group organizer. I'm no longer the sole organizer of my walk group or meetup. I'm now just a walk leader when I want to be. I was finding it quite tough I was putting pressure on myself to make this thing a regular commitment, like doing regular walks to get the money in and pay for the fees on Meetup and that sort of thing. And if I wasn't doing that, I was quite stressed out and feeling like I wasn't coping with it very well. I did try and recruit people to help me with that, but it never came back to me. So I was kind of doing it on my own pretty much. I found that I was enjoying the walking less because, a bit like with YouTube, sometimes I was kind of doing it for that purpose, not for my own benefits. I was doing it for the wrong reasons. I wasn't really enjoying it. It was like almost like doing it as a job, really. That's the best way I think to describe it. But now what I've done is I've stood back after 2 years, said, right, I'm not doing this anymore. Someone else can take over, and someone thankfully has taken over. They've renamed the group, and they've got a team with them as well to help manage the load of things. So I'm still there as a walk leader, events organizer, and I'll put a link below to the group. And yeah, it feels a lot better, a lot less stressful, a lot less demanding, and I will do things as and when I want to, not when I have to. Looking forward to the year ahead. I've had a few questions about when next national trail will be, and it's going to be, well, not a national trail, but it's a long distance walk. It's going to be the West Highland Way if I can make it all happen. Ideally it'll be in May time, all going well. I'm looking at going before the midges get too feisty and high in their numbers. I would do it starting from the south, going north to Fort William, probably over 6 days. I'm not yet sure whether I would drive up there, fly, or take the trains. Any thoughts, let me know below. And again, I would be backpacking it, carrying my tent and all that stuff. But that's the main idea if I can make it happen. Along with that though, I might have a chance to go to Aviemore in May, so it could be a choice between one or the other. I'm not sure what will happen just yet, but that might change. But either way, I feel like I need to go to Scotland this year, or very soon anyway. I was walking with 2 friends yesterday. They've both been to Scotland several times. They recommend it, so it kind of feels like it needs to happen pretty soon. Another idea for long distance walking is to finish the Cotswold Way. I mentioned this last year. I've done nothing about that, to be honest. I was on the Cotswold Way yesterday with the 2 friends. I'm looking at doing it from start to finish, from north to south, but over a series of weekends again. So it'll be a day walk here and there, maybe 2 days at a time. See how it goes to finish it off. I've pretty much done all the hills, but not the bits in between. So to do it properly, it might be a nice thing to do. And it's pretty local to me as well. An hour's drive to the worst parts, the furthest parts. So that's on the agenda for this year. I'm missing Snowdonia as well. I've not been there now for, it'll be 3 years this summer since I last went there. But to do the Carneddau and some other places around there would be really cool. I could probably do that as a long weekend. It's only a 3.5 hour drive to get there, but we'll see what happens. Another idea would be coastal walking, because as I was saying yesterday, I've done bits of the coast path around Cornwall and Dorset, but I've done nothing around North Devon really. So I need to carry on walking from Linton at some point, going west towards Braunton or wherever, Barnstable and all those kind of places. That may happen this year, it may not. There's also, of course, the Wales coast path. I'm not that far from the M40, what is it, M49, M4 crossings. So yeah, I could easily go over to Chepstow at some point and start walking my way around that coast and explore the Gower Peninsula and all that kind of thing I've not seen before. The Lake District as well. I mentioned that last year. When it came down to it, my thinking was it was going to be the Cleveland Way or the Lake District. I couldn't decide between the two, so I thought National Trail or a few days camping on my own, and National Trail won that one, so that was the choice I made. I've no regrets over that, but I'm still missing the Lake District a bit. I haven't been there at all ever. I'm not even that close to it really. So in a way, is that more of a priority than Scotland? I'm not sure. I don't know how to decide that either. It's probably a good 6 hours, 5-6 hours to get there from where I am. So it's worth spending a whole week up there if I can. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Another idea I've got is to do more kind of YouTube and Instagram meetups, which I haven't done for a long time. Although I met 2 friends yesterday from Instagram. That was really good, but I know I've got a full list of people here on YouTube I've talked to before about meeting up, and nothing's happened yet. So maybe this year we can finally put a plan together and make it happen. And beyond all of that, I've got more ideas about doing some wild camping this year. Not sure where or when just yet. My last one was in September on a Cleveland Way, and I'm looking at doing some more cycling as well. And I've got a real bike to go with. We're looking at doing the Taff Trail at some point in Wales, and that goes from Cardiff to Brecon, or the other way. I think it's about 40 miles, so that's like a kind of a thing we're aiming for, basically. And that's pretty much a brief overview of my look towards the year ahead. Hope you will have a good one. Had a good New Year's Eve as well. Yeah, any comments you have or suggestions, thoughts, whatever, please leave them below. And I'll see you again soon. Take care.